is so good. They don't make intros like that anymore. God damn, so good. Damn. So originally I was thinking making a whole 30-minute video essay about this game, but if you're watching this or listening to this video, Battlefield Bad Company 2 servers are already shut down and you cannot play this game anymore. And if you can't play this game anymore, what's the point making a 30-minute video essay about something you can't experience anymore? So I'll keep this short and sweet, lay down all my thoughts about this game, and maybe all of us will gain a bit of a different perspective, an educated perspective about Battlefield Bad Company series. So let me start with something that will trigger most of you. Developers of this game once said, "We don't understand why people love this game." All those years since Bad Company 2 released, this game was considered to be the peak of Battlefield games.
What I always found amazing about Bad Company 2 is that even DICE doesn't know why it's so fun.
What is fun?
No, seriously, in 2014, the head of DICE, the ones that created the game, straight up told Eurogamer, but there's one thing that lingers with Bad Company that we've been asking ourselves. What is it that people really liked about Bad Company?
Yeah, style, revolutionary gameplay mechanics like fully destructible maps, the sound design was immersive and punchy. I think, okay, the presentation of the game is amazing. I think developers put a lot of effort into it, like a lot of effort into this
It
game.
had a lot of heart to it.
Yes.
You could tell.
There was a lot.
There was a lot of soul and heart.
Yeah,
to
there
it.
was a
Sorry
lot
to
of soul and heart in it, and you can tell. And to everyone's surprise, people love the more goofy nature of Battlefield franchise, with Bad Company characters making fun of Call of Duty directly in their story missions.
I should clear this with Braidwood.
No. He'll just send some special ops douchebags with pussy-ass heartbeat monitors on their guns instead of us.
So everyone just assumed this is what Battlefield is all about. The overall presentation is amazing, and there's a reason why people think to this day that this is the best Battlefield game out there. But I have to agree with the developers' confusion. I don't think Bad Company 2 is a good game, and I understand why certain developers that worked on it don't understand why people love this game so much and why they consider to be one of the best games in the Battlefield series. Bad Company 2 came out more than 13 years ago, and it would be really unfair to compare to modern games because it's showing its age, obviously. Evolution happened, gaming industry progressed in so many levels in terms of gameplay fidelity and all that kind of stuff. But as I say that, it doesn't change the fact that I was not a fan of this game when it came out originally. Controls were abysmal, shooting was subpar at best, single player story was not that interesting and honestly overrated as hell. The only thing that made the single player even more somewhat enjoyable were literally the characters. Without the characters, this single player would be absolutely nothing. It would be not interesting whatsoever, and I don't think anyone would care that much. Maps on Conquest were completely too big and too boring. Yes, the game was designed mostly for rush, and it works great, mostly, but that doesn't automatically make it into a good game. Attachments, equipment, and weaponry, just the whole content of the game was kinda questionable and not that good. And don't get me started about balance, because that was basically non-existent. The same destruction that is very detailed basically removed all purpose of map design and actual thinking how to approach the objective. No cover, no way to move unless you want to move through an open field of nothing. Sometimes you could just destroy the building itself, which destroyed the objective, which basically counts as a progress into the next round of rush. Which is, I get the idea behind it, but it's so much cheese behind that, it's just, I don't think it makes sense from a balance point of view. It's cool in a milsim type of mode or game, sure, but in a Battlefield game, not really. And going back on controls, I was not a fan that you can strafe left and right while sprinting, because when you want to control your character in a first-person shooter, you want to move around like you would naturally. You would sprint whatever direction you want in real life, and if you want to change direction, you would. But in this game, you can't. It's only sprinting forward, and it's very, very clunky. To make things worse, one of the developers that worked on this game admitted that this was intentional, because he thinks that sprinting should be a commitment. Well, I'm not saying he is wrong, because I understand the idea, but this is not a KD goofy first-person shooter with respawns, not a milsim shooter. It doesn't really blend, the ideas don't really match together. And that has nothing to do with how gaming technology was back then. These are pure game design decisions that I did not agree with back in 2010, as games like Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare were already in the gaming market, already existed, and changed the whole gaming industry for the better or worse. So when developers that worked on Bad Company 2 say that they don't understand why people love this game so much, I remember gamers was shitting on them, calling them complete morons. Now, let me get one thing straight. we gamers are special. We never have the full information about the games we're playing, but that's a different story for another day. You should subscribe to our Patreon, where we talk about this all the time. Patreon.com/TheLunkySoldier.
The subject right now. You can't just ignore community feedback and expect them to continue to buy your product. But at the same time, the community cannot be insultive, aggressive, downright Neanderthalish as far as putting that feedback in. There is a fine line that you have to walk, because at the end of the day, you are dealing with people.
And we react to everything with big, questionable passion. And that's the thing. DICE put a lot of effort into this game, and in back 2010, this was a revolutionary game. Battlefield 2 and other Battlefield games before this were good, but Bad Company 2 what put DICE on the map, and everyone went, holy fucking shit, this is some gourmet shit right here. Which is of course built a positive momentum towards the next game, Battlefield 3, which is still the best sold Battlefield game to date. And as a fellow creative that made some successful stuff once in a while, I understand why would you question your own creation like that. And it's because we're perfectionists. We're never happy with our work, regardless how much people think it's amazing. You know, as creatives, we grow up, we change, we experience other perspectives and explore more art from others, whether it be movies, video games, music or something else. We creative people always looking how to improve our art, how to make it better. If I was a developer that worked on this game, yeah, I would be the same. I would say this game is not that good. As I grow up, I live longer, I judge my own work, I made some more art, and say it can be better, and I think it became better as time went on. If Bad Company 2 came out today with modern makeover, it will have the same fate as any other non-big shooter that came out in the last 10 years. Exciting and interesting for a month, but then left behind because other games will offer so much more.
Strange playing this game because when you sprint, you can't strafe at the same time. It's difficult to explain. It worked a lot better on consoles.
And that's not me not liking the game because it aged poorly. I have the original physical DVD copy of this game and I was not having fun back then. And you know how people say, who's this game for? About a game that they're not really sure about. Well, that's how I feel about Battlefield Bad Company 2. Now, of course, it doesn't mean that the studios can't make games that no one asked for and be successful. Because it's art. Of course you can make a game that no one asked for and be successful. Because, again, it's art. You never know how people react to art. But to me, it might sound very harsh, but back then it felt like a student project that had a budget. It's very harsh, I know, but the developers were clearly exploring what would work and what would not work in a Battlefield game back then. How much destruction do we want? How ridiculous can we go? How much the consoles can handle? What kind of technology we have that we can improve? Can we do a single player game? What kind of gameplay mechanics we should have in a Battlefield game? And so on. It's a spin-off game after all. Go wild, experiment, go have some fun. And because of that mentality, players did have fun. And that's important. And that's why people love this game to this day. And to end this video on a more positive note, I never liked Bad Company 2, I never had fun and every time I played it, I had a miserable time. But that being said, I have a particular taste in video games that I seek, and if you're one of the people that had fun playing this game back in the day, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it because that's what games are meant to be. They're meant to be fun. If they're fun for you, that's all it matters. And if it was actually fun for you, nothing I say in this video should matter to you as a gamer. We might not have Bad Company 2 servers anymore because EA shut them down, but at least some of that legacy still lives on the Battlefield community to this day, and that's the most important thing. And on that note, as I have nothing else to say, it's a very short video. My name is Tom, aka The Lanky Soldier. Stay safe, don't be a douche, and I hope you're enjoying your video games.